크게 셔리라 겁날 게 없잖아 원해요 그대로 take it Bum 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 buddy Nothing gon' stop me no no nobody Hey nobody No one can stop me 한계 없이 run Here we go now I'm untouchable 막아서지 못해 시작 나의 도대로 Just keep going on and on Let's run down 집이 나가 수 없어 I don't care about I'm untouchable
各位现场的朋友，大家好！再次欢迎大家来到新竹玉鼎工程师。那我们本周呢，是我们狮子列车，也自从我们之前的狮黑主题日的一个进化版。那来到呢新竹玉鼎工程师的主场，那我们从呢第1年的经营到现在，其实呢我们对于呢社群以及呢网络的文化也是呢相当的重视，甚至于呢我们也会做出了很多呢自嘲的活动。那在今天呢，在我们北区的回廊当中，也有呢我们的一些呢小游戏，让大家呢可以知道，其实呢在社群呢或者是在网络上发言很容易，其实呢也会有一些不管呢是法律的责任。那我们也希望呢透过这样的活动当中，让大家知道呢，在网络上大家可以呢尽情的很开心的方式，然后呢来参与了这个活动。但是请务必呢要注意到言论。那来到呢我们新竹玉鼎工程师的主场，就如同呢在网络游戏当中，你可以呢随时登录，有时候呢你可以呢成为一个很忠实的狮迷，偶尔你也登录的时候，就像后面有几位呢假狮迷、真狮黑的那些朋友。但是不管用什么样的方式，只要各位。像包括今天呢，也有我们新北国王队的球迷来到我们活动现场。只要你们愿意呢，用实际的行动踏入球场，为台湾的职篮加油，对台湾的篮球都是相当有福气。再次呢，感谢我们所有球迷朋友莅临，谢谢。废话不多说，马上呢为大家介绍呢，大家呢最期待的牧师女孩来到我们活动现场。
Yeah, let me show you something. Girls, you ready? Let's go. N-U-T-A-O-M-I-N-U-T-A-O
跟着节奏拍手。最热情的掌声，谢谢牧师女孩为我们带来精彩的开场表演。首先呢，在我们今天比赛开始之前，要为大家介绍呢，今天呢来访的特队新北国王队球员登录名单。首先登场的是球衣编号1号未过滤的林书伟，球衣编号3号陈建南，6号杨敬敏。 球衣编号7号全台哥哥林书豪，9号李凯燕 10号简佑哲，球衣背号11号王柏志，17号苏世轩，球衣背号19号林金榜，24号洪志善，球衣背号25号奥地，35号温德，球衣背号55号曼尼高，球衣背号72号力王 ，A.K.A. MVP 最高票的林立人。新北国王篮球队总教练总经理毛嘉恩，总教练莱恩，助理教练马克，助理教练林振宇，体能教练张振宇，防护员邱博凯、吴崇豪，影片分析师李维恩。We are 新竹 ，We are Lioneers。也请呢现场的朋友将你的目光锁定大荧幕，请看影片。竹玉鼎工程师球员登录名单。首先登场的是球衣背号0号新竹的黑色闪电张杰伟。球衣背号1号逆风高飞的阿飞施延中，球衣背号2号攻击范围超广的阿广江广谦，球衣背号3号三分球的小王子王子刚。登场的是球衣背号5号最佳第6人，新竹妈妈的最爱宋雨轩。马上呢为大家介绍的是球衣背号7号，听无水大富贵，中距离刺客小黑曾博宇。球衣背号8号不讲理的射手小烈朱云豪，球衣背号20号篮板魔人周博旭，球衣背号21号风城大帝李鼎。马上呢为各位介绍新竹玉鼎工程师先发舞的名单。 市。首先登场的是球衣编号9号杨绛的好朋友小田田浩。球衣编号12号持续新化的新竹 KD 李佳瑞。 球衣编号55号，禁区硬汉，最扛的火力飞，火力飞。先登场的是球衣编号42号，风城炮塔卢冠轩。 接下来呢，邀请现场的朋友把声音借给我，马上呢为各位介绍球衣编号24号最强阿贝。新竹预警工程师总教练米兰，顾问陈世忠，助理教练沈星汉、陈哲宇，体能训练师王德勇。 黄胜富，影片分析师郭衍恩，防护员黄倩元、欧博宏，总经理张树人，也把最热情的掌声献给了我们领队 Lisa 姐。
就让我疯狂的执念，水上波总是会难一点，我疯的信念推着我再向前。 大声一点，我要，我爱，我追，活着就要敢梦、敢痛、敢飞，我疯到终点，渴望能会实现。我能看见。Come on， 我能感觉。 就让我疯狂的执念，水上波总是会难一点，我疯的信念推着我再向前。大声一点，我要，我爱，我追，活着就要敢梦、敢痛、敢飞，我疯到终点，渴望的会实现。 会让人不断的回旋，我这坚持只做支线，成功和失败简单又直接，我就要听掌声雷动天，看水滴出多少个一劫，有你们并肩，下一站是起点。
哇，妹妹这个看板很漂亮哦，妹妹坐在哪边？好，等一下海报送过去给你。好，旁边拿艾夫伯那个也很不错哦。Lady 啊，吃东西啊 ，Lady 啊。
Crossed hearts and hope to die.
新竹玉林工程师果然呢是呢视野要陪伴孩子一起长大的球团哦。那也看到呢有很多呢很多亲子哦都把呢假日呢来到了新竹玉林工程师的主场，当做了最棒的一个家庭活动，欢迎你们。
Of week 24 here in the Plus League, we have two teams jostling for playoff position. It's the new Taipei Kings and the Hsinchu Toplus Lioneers. We're here at Hsinchu County Stadium for the Lioneers themed DV 狮子列车, or last year's 狮黑 themed weekend. Pilots now occupy the top spot in the Plus League standings thanks to the Steelers pulling off the upset against the previously top-seeded Dreamers after defeating the 5th place Brave yesterday. Lioneers sitting at 3rd with only a half game on the Kings. On the Mandarin broadcast is on the left, 张文轩 and Mark. 田文回球迷朋友们，你找到了官方的英文转播喽。要听中文的讲评，当然就按到中文的转播连接。谢谢你收看，记得我们 Plus League 转播都要按赞。The top Dreamers and Pilots theoretically are just counting down to their playoff clinching number, but so far, the three teams in the middle in the hunt for a lower seeded position, the Lioneers, Kings, and Braves, have all lost a game on the week so far. And so jostling for position is really going to come down to this matchup right here. Let's hear about the theme weekend for the merchandise sales here at the Lioneer Stadium.
大家好，我是张爱，你们的张可爱。今天呢是我们的DV 狮子列车主题日，那就由我来带大家看看这次的摊位有什么吧。首先呢，带大家来到我们的能量抒发区，只要你有想要对工程师说的话，都可以在这边打下。比如说我想要打工程师晋级季后赛。 那这样呢，只要按下这个大大的 Enter， 你的留言就有机会可以出现在我们比赛的大荧幕上哦。再来带大家来到律师小教室，如果你想知道平时的留言适不适当的话，一定要来这一区逛逛。我先帮大家看看，你看这个誓言中究竟有谁的裸照？哇，这么长，表示你犯法了。不要这样子好不好？连我都会怕哦。再来这个。 周伯勋这咖赶快休息好不好？连下放来都不会打，怎么职业啊？那伯勋收到后，他就会赶紧去练球了哈。那在这边提醒大家，欢迎大家对工程师有所有的指教，但是千万不可以人身攻击或是威胁哦，知道了吗？最大的后盾。那听说这次我非常有机会抢进季后赛。
So a reminder that the cheerleaders are part of the Plus League family, so respectful interactions, please. There have been a number of stories, especially this season. Onto the basketball, the Lioneers story started 2 weeks ago. Where down in Kaohsiung, star guard Oscar Gallhall turned his ankle in the 3rd quarter. The club announced yesterday he'll be out for 6 to 8 weeks, which is a bit of a red alarm, as they optimistically will be in the Plus League playoffs. Last night they faced the Pilots and got blitzed in the 3rd quarter, 27 to 14. Lost the game in the end by 10, but no Oscar, no Friba, and a lot of guard minutes by Lioneers reserve. On the King side, it's Tank Wang Bozi. Asked about his new teammate Wendell Lewis and playing the opponent's bigs here in the Plus League.
他其实没有不同的，他私底下也是这样。他就是声音很可爱，我们都会玩弄他，没有，就是跟他开玩笑，就是一起出去啊，干嘛这样子的，对啊。 就基尔贝克吧，因为他动作都比较稍微大一点，所以有时候满场会不小心，就是造成就不管他们或我们都会有很受伤这样子，对啊，也没有说他不好，就是他只是动作比较大而已啊，对啊。
Wang Bozi, last year a member of the Steelers, so familiar with Wendell Lewis, saying he is indeed good at the dirty work down low, but he's, in the Mandarin say, he's cute, and they like to mess with the big man, and they do spend time to hang out off court too, and then sharing that, indeed, Brandon Gilbeck is an import that's a little tricky to play against. He's, of course, very tall, long limbed, but the big movements, chance for injury. So after last year being on the what could have been a miracle Steelers playoff run, of course led by Jeremy Lin there, Lewis and Jeremy now on the Kings side, initially aiming for a top spot, but now just trying to right the ship. On the other side, it was number 9 Tian Hao who got his first start yesterday. Asked about his play and the goals for the team.
就是当然就是因为很久没有就是上这么多的时间，然后就是这一季嘛，就是都没有什么机会，然后昨天有这个机会，当然就是会有紧张，然后会也蛮期待。可是数据我觉得就没有什么，但我希望就是球队还是要赢球了，对。当然有听到，但我觉得就是还是专注在比赛中，然后就是也很感谢进场为我们加油的球迷们，就是在球场上能帮助到球队，然后稳住球队的，就是所有球员的节奏，然后也让所有球员都分到球，然后能顺利的得分这样。
Tian Hao saying that hasn't played much in a while, and so was excited but also nervous to get on the floor, but not so much into his statistics, but there to help the team win. Then saying that he did hear the Tian Hao chants while he was at the free throw line, knows that he and the team has big support from their fan base. And then as for how he intends to fulfill his role is to really initiate the offense and hit his open teammates. So far on the season, the Lioneers do have the 3 wins to 2 loss head-to-head advantage over the Kings, and that'll play a big role if the teams continue to be very close in the standings. On the Kings side, the Kings played the Dreamers 2 weeks ago, and Zhanghua crushed them 116-94 with 8 players scoring in double digits. But this Friday in Taichung, the notorious hard-to-wins and the inclusion of Dreamers import Devin Marble's 29 points flipped the script for a 93-97 loss for the Kings. Jeremy Lin returned to action and did push his playing time from 11 minutes to about 17. Now, with 1 day off and 1 day on, I don't expect him to exceed that by too much. Maybe he'll have enough lead time to get to 100%. Should the Kings make the playoffs. On the officiating side, it's number 9 Huang Zhengfeng, number 46 Zhang Liyue, and number 66 Hong Sixuan for the officials tonight. Let's get to the starting lineups with number 11 Su Sixuan, Wendell Lewis, number 6 Yang Jiming, Joseph Lin, and Kenny Manigault will be starting for the Kings. Michael Holyfield, Evan Lee Jiarui, Mike Defibra, Wu Guanxun, and number 9, the aforementioned Tian Hao will be starting for the Lioneers. The last time these two teams played was a little bit ago, back on February 28th, with a 2-2-8 midweek day off game. That was actually a 12-minute Jeremy Lin tune-up. And the star on the stat sheet really was Jamarcus, number 0 for the Lioneers, coming off the bench, 15 points, 7 rebounds. The Lioneers won that game 88-80. Now, an interesting note about this series, the net points per game differential, only 1.2. but the per game spread, as in the winning team's score minus the losing team's score, only is actually 14.4, which is on the higher end. The lowest of the spread is 7 points, which is the highest in all 15 matchups. And the time with lead stat, Kings 23 minutes and 6 seconds, Lioneers 23 minutes and 11 seconds, both the highest in their splits compared to the rest of the teams, sans the Steelers. Silicon motion to Wallace once again here to throw up the ceremonial tip. I believe this is 4 for 4 for Silicon motion, sponsoring the Lioneers. One last note about that, the difference of just 4 seconds of average time with the lead in this series is the lowest of the 15 matchups. So I don't know whether to say this is a close matchup or it's one that's a big spread apart. Well, one more game to add to the record books. We get tipped off at 5:10 local time here in Hsinchu. Lioneers wearing a dark jersey set, part of their Suhei theme. Chen off with the first three-pointer of his afternoon. Yesterday was his third game to start where he scored 0 points. Down low to Lewis, couple dribbles against Holyfield, and flipping it up and in with the right hand. Chen typically averages 4.5 points in his starts. Now Friba just crossing the timeline, getting the screen, maneuvering left into space, a 3 on the way, short. Kings secure the rebound and are pushing the pace. Kenny Manigault, member of last year's Kings squad. His 12th straight start, 4 straight games with double digits in rebounding, kind of needed. Little jump pass to Big Sushi, 1 second left, and it bounces back, out of bounds, Lioneers ball. Last year's Coach of the Year, Ryan Marchand. On the other side, Coach Milan Mitrovic. First year with the Lioneers. The free bus screen by Holyfield. Clutching, and he'll get the lay-in. The free throw was out for yesterday's game. With Oscar out, imagine that the Lioneers might maximize his rotation minutes, but also they'd have to consider his rest, so there might be other games where he could play, but he would be left out. Looks like the referees are going to call a goaltending on that one. Holyfield here on the back line. He averages about 1 block per game on the season. Definitely close. Joseph Lin will get credit for the 2 points. Over to Evan Lee. Jarre down to Holyfield. He's got deep position, but off. Could have been took down by a King player there. It is legal in the FIBA rulebook. Joe lining it up. Missing from 3 as the Lioneers have numbers ahead. Evan across the court, and a fast break 2 is Ken Hall. 2 OG members of the Lioneers way back in 2020. Manigault getting into the painted area, off the glass, and no good. As Ifrira pushes it ahead. Stopping, popping. Chen, ball coming to his hands. Ifrira working into the mid-range. Jumping to Holyfield, and he scores down low. Driving kick action for the Kings as Manigault too strong. And it's Chen once again. So in Mandarin, the first character of the player's name is supposed to be their surname. And in the case of a guy with 4 letters in his name, it could be the first 2. So Chen and Chen are not brothers. Chen has a brother on the Dreamers, Liang. There, you're getting the hang of it. Slip pass as Sushi could not find an opening, back to Yap Jingming. two-time MVP. Contested three, no problem. Yang Jinming on the season, averaging 13.7 points per game. Handoff action on the left side as they double a free, but he dribbles out of it, and a whistle as he was cutting to the hoop. That is the first foul on the game. So part of the Shi Hei, or you can think of Hei as either, of course, a black mark, or you can think of it as a pronunciation similar to Hater, the legal screen. Holyfield trying to free up Ifriba. Now we have a foul apiece. Looks like a substitution to be made. Deontay Davis will take his place. Davis is in yesterday's game. Came off the bench, but played nearly 32 minutes, 14.6 rebounds. In the screen and roll action. Sushi from the left corner, leaving it short, and looks like Joseph Lin's involvement will get the Kings a team offensive rebound. One of the number of Lin brothers on the team as Hsinchu up close on the baseline out of bounds. I say that jokingly because the most notable, number 72, Ling Lilun, had a good performance here previously as a former Lioneer. And he changed his number from 7 to 72 to make way for Jeremy. Jimmy pressuring Ifriba, a little kick action. Guan Shun, excuse me. And backing into a ball handler. Not necessarily a smart foul. Open lane for Joe, he floats it in. One of the better floater shooters we have in the Plus League. The foul on the outside as fans not so happy. Of course, Yang Jinming has history. You see hands on the chest. Definitely unnecessary. Now, whether Guan Shun embellishes or not, it's a different case. The history I'm talking about is Game 5 of the playoffs 2 seasons ago. Yang Jinming cut Xiao Sui's above the eye in a dramatic scene in an elimination game, a winner-take-all game. Tian Hao from the right corner, that's his spot. And to bring up history from even further, the Lioneers clinched their first win in their first game in team history officially with a Tian Hao 3 from that very corner. Leaving the basketball behind, will stay with the Kings. The referees say strip. Looks like they'll go to monitor for a coach's challenge, so an extended timeout as we are under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. So we'll let you know about the results of that before we go to break. Let's see what the referees are looking at on the monitor, and it could be Ifriba poking it from behind. Certainly would be suspect if Hsinchu just had such butterfingers, but would it be out of the ordinary? This might be the definitive angle from behind, as indeed Ifriba is reaching around. He's going to cause that fumble, but there is a question of is Hsinchu's hand still on it, so they might want to take another look from the baseline. One thing these two teams have in common is a very busy finish to their season. Of course, the Lioneers lead in that department with 5 weeks left in our season, the Lioneers at least have to play 2 games per week. And all other teams in the Plus League have at least 1 week where they only play 1 game. And the Kings, in this case, have it on the last week of the season, so I don't know if it's much of a break. Perhaps a better launching pad for the playoffs. And the craziest week of all for the Lioneers is actually coming up, week 25, Saturday at the Dreamers, excuse me, and then Tuesday at 7 p.m. they host the Braves before Wednesday at 5 p.m. they host the Steelers in a quick turnaround. There's another working day off, or holiday off, straight up. And even their road weekend in week 27, they have a Friday game in Taoyuan and a Sunday game in Hsinchu. Not necessarily easier. How about from the other baseline? Friba's reach, and it definitely looks like the way he slapped the ball, way that he batted the ball would be the cause of that out of bounds. So if the Lioneers challenge, it will be a failed one. So as I predicted, but the players might need to read the rule books, we're going to our first TV timeout of the broadcast.
是战神还是幻神？你的右手是战神，左手是幻神。好，他觉得肖顺义是战神，两位呢，右手是战神，左手是幻神。很好，这两位做得非常好。那这位呢？ 来看一下，右手是战神，左手是幻神。田螺 ，Lady 啊，你姿势摆很久了。那两位呢？右手是战神。好，很好，很好，谢谢。
Welcome back to the broadcast. Be sure to leave a like on the stream. Right now, playing a little game in the stadium. Whether number 11, their captain, Xiao Sunyi, is a Zansen, something like to a Titan, or a Huansen, or what is a Huansen? Maybe some kind of trolling ghost. That was a joke, a meme about a number of Lioneers being not so helpful to the team back in season 1. I won't say who, but the number was 4, 4个换神. So with 12 seconds on the shot clock, Kings deep inbound. And he got screened by Lewis as to the corner, but kicked out of bounds. We'll get a fresh 14 on the shot clock. Lioneers showing off a zone look. What's really man is Joseph Lin knocks it down close to the top of the arc. He's now got 7 points on the evening. Now Davis. Handoff to Friba, a quick double as Evan hesitates, now fires away, no. That's one thing about Lee Jare is does not have a quick trigger. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing, but teams are definitely leaving him open. That's been the case all of his Plus League career. James with a board. Not driving past one, but into the trouble. And he got a hand on it, but it's Feba who will be running away with it. Alley-oop as Davis slams it down. Easy fast break play by the Lioneers. They're down by 3. Swing pass as Yang Jimmy gets to the elbow and swishes it. Got a couple of buckets on the game. stop the dribble as Kenny Manigault jumps on it. A little bit of bully ball there to get the 2 points. Now it's Tianhao, ball batted back. Lioneers will be granted the retrieval. Now they're switching and a little bit too handsy. Su Sishuan will be called for the foul. A little break for the Lioneers. Another look at the 3-on-2 executed to perfection. Over here, Kenny Manigault trying to reclaim the #1 spot in the steals department. 2.8 per game. That's now led by Ravante Rice, who's got a lot of point minutes on him. As they miss up close. Austin Day fresh in the game. Joseph Lenny, how about a catch and shoot? Got it. Now Kings open it up to a 10-point lead as the ball kind of gets away. Running point for the Lioneers is #7, Xiaohei Zhenboyu for Joker. Now almost a triple team goes to Fibra's way. Dishes to Tulinghao, he's fresh in the game. #8, in and out. Tulinghao had 11 points yesterday in about 20 minutes. Day, the pull-up jumper, hits it. Seems like the Kings are glad to be not playing in Taidong Intercontinental Basketball Stadium. A little high post action as Davis. There's a foul on the contest called by the lead official. Probably should have come from the slot official, but definitely curious how Davis would shoot an air ball like that. So I would say good catch by the referees. Substitution for the Lioneers to bring in backup big So Borstrand. Here's Mrs. Lin sitting behind the Kings bench over on the south side of the stadium. Davis sinks the first free throw.
Okay, one shot.
Still going to be the Kings playing relatively small with Su Sishuan at power forward, and now the perimeter play of Joe, Jeremy, and #9 Li Kaiyin all getting away. It's going to be a turnover. Getting into the middle, but airballing the push shot as Davis will bump Jeremy out of bounds. That will be the 4th team foul. No, only the 3rd. Getting ahead of myself. Tank will come in. So off ball at first, now at the point. They get it down to Tank, guarded by Afiba. Stripped, and a whistle comes in. Now it will be the 4th team foul against the Lioneers. I think the referees are signaling baseline out of bounds. Getting a look at Afiba trying to use his chest, then reaching down. Now for sure the Lioneers are zoned up. Tank screening for Kyle in the corner. Davis, good pressure. Back to that corner as Jeremy, after a clutch, will swish it. Don't think you practices that much, but it is Jeremy Lin after all. With a fadeaway, short, 2 bounces and out. Davis nearby though, as he beats Austin Day to the putback. plus range. Jeremy's pump fake. Dishing it out. Definitely a lot of contact there as 5 seconds left. Dave spins around and clinks it. The other way we go. Lioneers down by 11. Viva will try to pull it this time and misses badly. Davis chasing it out of bounds. Kings will bring on number 10, Chen Yotze. In the old pinging guides, he might be a Chen Yotze with a J, but according to the most recent edition of pinging spelling rules, he is C-H-I-E-N. And his Z is actually Z-H-E, but we still call him JJ. Over to Daewoo doing hall guarding. Kick out to Jeremy from the top. Yes! That plus range is really a Jeremy Lin staple here in the plus league. No other player is given that much latitude to shoot from that deep. So whether he does it on a catch and shoot or off the dribble, really changes dimensions. After a couple switches, Day brushes it back to a teammate, starting a Kings fast break. Kyle to Day and blocked. Toplus with a good hands. That'll certainly pump up the home crowd as, despite being down, a good defensive play will sure spark some energy. Toplus out of Mingdao University, same as the Joker. Jeremy from the corner, off. Number yesterday in almost 30 minutes, 11.6 assists over to Wang Zugang, who made 3 threes yesterday. Starting this game off a little too early. Kings will hold for one last possession. The clock counts down. We'll see if it's Tank gonna set a screen. The ghosts it. Now steps up. Jeremy going left, then right. 1 second left. Pull up. Just off. Not much going on there. Everybody's all right. But 28-16, New Taipei Kings in the driver's seat against the Lioneers, playing on a back-to-back. We'll be back after the following messages.
谢谢，我们谢谢呢瑞迪跟纸箱安口在第1节比赛结束，我们带来精彩的表演。
You can be a lover or a fighter, whatever you desire. Life is like a runway and you're the designer. Wings of a butterfly, eyes of a tiger. Whatever you want, baby, choose your fighter. I know this world can be a little confusing or walk in the park, but I can help you solve the riddle. You're perfect as you are.
那今天呢，也欢迎呢是我们阳明交大的 EMBA 24亿的学长姐，那同样呢是用实际行动呢来支持呢我们工程师。除此之外呢，我们台湾电信仪器股份有限公司，那也呢进场来挺工程师，再一次欢迎你们。
Welcome back to the broadcast. Congratulations to our family friend Conrad Hu and Mandy Su, the Su-Hu combination, which is a play on words of being comfortable, or Su-Hu. At their Taipei celebration, one of the many, I'm sure, last night. Foul in the perimeter. #1 overall pick from years ago, Zhong Yunhao. In fact, the very first draft pick of the Plus League, as in 2020 there was no amateur draft. Every player could sign as a free agent. Jeremy behind the back to the elbow, then stepping through, leaving it for Tang. What a great find. There's the really sneaky athleticism that both he and Joseph Lin have. Just enough leg strength to keep that kind of play alive. Obviously, he won't jump out of the gym, but hanging in the air, a decent contest as Holyfield fouled. Looks like Holyfield's fouled. Oh, now we've been told it's a foul against Holyfield. Looking at the big board, and there you see on the score bug, 2 personal. Previously, the very first action Jeremy was in on the floor was pistol with him at the elbow, but now he's been at the point for the most part. Little shovel pass. Tang could catch it cleanly though. Needs an outlet. Plenty of time left as Lee Kai-yen, he'll try. And what a beautiful high archer from 2. Number 9, Lee Kai-yen trying to find number 3, Prince, off ball. Down low to Holyfield, goes to the reverse, count it. JJ's help on the pass didn't quite meet it as Holyfield got a good seal on a day there. They will head off with 2 personal or head to the end of the bench. Yes, he thought, like I thought, he might have been subbed out, but only 1 shot left, so his Kings teammates get him back in. So with that, Lioneers now up to 19 points and showing off that kind of a 2-3 kind of matchup zone look. Switching a lot as Tang goes baseline, stopped by Holyfield, and will finally get into a guard. Well, Lioneers definitely need to think of something on defense. As the early whistle comes, they've been allowing quite a healthy dose of scoring. Even in their recent 4-game winning streak, their opponents were scoring almost 104 points per game. And since Mitrovic has taken over the program, they've allowed almost 97 points per game. It's way above the league average, 94 points. Back to Afibra, backing down Kyle, shaking the shoulders, Tank contest, and fresh in the game, Venti grabbing the rebound. Another jumper, Lee Kai-yen feeling it. That's turning into his spot. In the game, number 1, Hsinchu. Nice round as Holyfield slams it down. connection between him and Fiba there. Holyfield now 7 points on the game. Hammer action kind of got away from Tank there. Take a look at a little bit of overhelp as, once again, Holyfield will probably spend 20 out of the 24 seconds trying to body for deeper position when he's down there. Monzagon in a little bit of trouble. Out to Joker, he stops, pops for the miss. Athletic rebounding there by Manigal. Sorry, gonna get Lewis to a cutting JJ with the left hand. Yes, sir. Good find there. Keeping a lead as Careless handling the basketball and a foul on top of it. Not a good sequence there in a Michael Holyfield and a Prince connection. Oh, it makes sense that Mitrovic is going to be calling in backup guard Jamarcus. International student from Wana University. Well, one thing to finish off the note about the busy end of the schedule, the Lioneers mentioned have the 2 road games, week 27, all getting away. Still 14 seconds on the shot clock. The Kings have 10 games left in their season, including tonight, 3 games in week 27. Home and Wednesday road game in Talia. Not crazy travel, but certainly a lot of games in not that many days. Tonight the right shoulder pass, so it's the left shoulder. Lioneers swinging around C zone to Holyfield. 5 seconds left. Overshoots the reverse. Opportunity not taken by the Lioneers. Kick out. Venti, lethal shooter. Got it. Way too easy for the Kings there in that half transition. Lioneers call timeout. 7:30 left here in the first half.
制潮的方式，那呢，请看一下呢，朱云豪究竟呢是真货还是水货？右手边是真货，左手是水货。那您觉得呢？你觉得他是好，迷途知返。好，右手是真货，左手是水货。
Plus League Mr. Popular voting began this past Friday. Vote 2 players every day in this stage. If fans of other players or other teams don't want to see Beast for Pete, well, now's your chance. This is the time of year to get in on the voting. It's been a new Taipei Kings run to force Mitrovic to call this timeout. You see Deontay Davis fresh in the game. Marcus back to Davis, setting up a handoff with Prince. Now ball screen. Shot goes up. And a Fever in the right spot, almost flipping a nice assist, but King got a hand on it. just a 5-point run, but certainly things that the Lioneers were seeing on both ends before they want to adjust. Akiba, shot fake to an open teammate. Prince from the right corner, off. Lioneers, as mentioned, plan on a back-to-back, as customary here in the Plus League, to get the best gate. Kings have the, not very often, 2 road games in a week, having played on Friday. JJ through the middle as he's fouled, and Kings kind of contend that it should be goaltending. They'll report to the table first. Definitely is very close to what could be a goaltend. JJ will just step up to the line for 2. Maybe Davis will get away with goaltending. Not technically in the game statistics. Davis is tied with teammate Clark for 2 blocks per game. That's 3rd highest in the league. JJ on the season, 4.3 points per game. Definitely has seen his role kind of reduced in the current roster construction of the Kings. A hard screen as a kick pass to Junior Hall. Side step, 3 on the way, no good as Jamarcus in there, helping his team to an offensive rebound. Ball getting away, but Fibra hanging on. Feiba, his nickname from playing in the mainland China, that is. Ball going above and hitting the basket support. Don't see that too often. See, and a 31-year-old all the way down south, where he went to high school and college. On the switch. And the jump pass as Lewis denied. Stuffed by Fibra, and the Lioneers will start a break. Floated out. Junior Hall from the right side. No. Now it's a chance for the Kings to attack on the break. Kyle handling the pass to Manigal in the low post, but he lost the handle out of it and blocked out of bounds. They will stay with the Kings, but certainly not an open shot like they would have wanted. Marcus is turned to guard Manigal as Venti rifles it back. Number 55, almost with the 3. Floating up to Jay, back to Junior Hall, clutching and laying it in. There's a good fast break finally by one of these teams. So far in the game, the Kings are, I think, 5 for 10 from 3 as they just took their timeout. Meanwhile, the Lioneers only 1 of 13, so going to the basket seems sound to me. Just catching Wendell Lewis slightly flat-footed, can't really blame him going back to it. So the Lioneers are sitting in their huddle. Meanwhile, the Kings are outside around Coach Marchand. I don't know if it'll make a huge fatigue difference. We are in the first half after all, but the Lioneers perhaps appreciate it. Again, playing on a back-to-back. The referees are reviewing. To know what they're reviewing. Maybe we'll get to that in a second. So, interesting enough, the referees are looking about a possible landing area violation by Jamarcus. And indeed, it doesn't look like anything on the landing area, but Manigault just didn't land quite right. So you could say especially the Lioneers get a little bit of a break. So mark that down, 5:25. We have a little bit of a stoppage. Kings with a 41-23 lead. Leading scorer for the Kings, Joseph with 10. And on the Lioneer side, 7 points for Holyfield. Well, one thing the referees do is save the Kings a timeout, according to the MC. Manigault with a little crossover to Kyle, as he's got a couple of corner shooters, but nobody else really involved. Good hands, Jamarcus takes it away. One man to beat with a lefty, laying it in for the Lioneers, 24 and 25th points of the game. Now coast to coast layup, first score for Jamarcus as the Kings now find themselves cold. Taking on Lewis for the miss. With some space. Taking on the side as Manigault behind the free throw line, missing the runner. And taking it away immediately, and a foul on the floor. Free throw's coming up if it's by the Lioneers, and it looks like it is. Jeremy will join the boys on the court, along with Young Jimmy and Joe. So Jeremy and a couple of the starters. You could say the Kings are relatively big with Young Jimmy at shooting guard and Joe at the point. Dry up the floor and try to wake up the crowd behind the basket here. If Manigault can develop some rhythm. 2 points, 7 rebounds on his afternoon. Missing the first. He is only 1 for 6 from the field. So I want to see the ball go through the nylon, get a little bit of rhythm emotionally. He will go 1 for 2. So far on the game, Lioneers held to 16 points in the first quarter, 9 points in the second. Kings have not exactly run away with this second quarter. 13 points on a 5 of 12 shooting. Also turned it over a couple times. Hall's got an open look, but he just grazed the front rim. Partial transition as Joe kind of doing the reverse dribbling backwards movement, and a foul again. I think it's going to be against Jeremy on the perimeter. Not exactly the smart move. He's not the almost 90% free throw shooter from last season, but I wouldn't think fouling an 81% free throw shooting Jeremy is a good idea either. On to Marcus, his second. I have a pained look in his facial expression. 5 points from the Harvard graduate. Going 1 for 2 himself. So under 4 minutes to go in the half, Jamarcus and Escriba bump into each other. I don't think the play called for that kind of move. Kick out. Hsinchu will fly. He'll hit the 3. Lioneers really need a little bit of scoring punch. Hsinchu yesterday was a DNP as Joe can't answer. Jay in space, rifling it across Kings defense needs to recover. Bieber with Jeremy guarding. Couple dribbles left, losing the handle of it. A 3-on-1 going on as leaving it behind. Jeremy can't finish, but fouled from Julian Hall's, I guess, back facing toward him contest. Thankfully, it looks like everybody's healthy and safe after that one. Good look by Joe as he also took a little two-handed push there. Understandable when you're the last defender back there. It would be understandable that you get a little bit more physical as all four guys were crashing the basket there. Jeremy developing a little bit better rhythm. First one is good. What else can I say that you guys don't know about Jeremy? Well, he's third on the team in minutes played. 30, almost 31 this season. Behind Joseph Lynn and Kenny Manigault, and that's considering he's last about 4 games not even crossing the 20 minutes played mark. So that kind of is indicative of how much of a heavy load he played in the start of the season. Back when the Kings were going on a winning streak. Good contest by Lewis there on the alley. More chances to run as Yang Jimin pulls it down, then looks at the hoop. Got it. Yang Jimin, money from the right corner. The lead continues to be 20 points. Big bounce out by Davis there with his deep ball. There's Joe on the post up. You know who he's faced for 4 years. 2 bounces and out. Susashin right in the right place. Kick out to Jeremy Lin. Bottoming that 3. His 9, 10, and 11th points on the night. Pushing the Kings past the half-century mark, leaving the Lioneers behind as ball goes out of bounds. Not connected on the pass. Holyfield back in. They don't switch. Now after the pump fake and a second one, Jeremy now lets it fly, barely missing. And Hall comes back for the basketball as the Lioneers trying to break this run. Evan given space after a pump. Almost looks like he kind of wants to be shooting after a pump fake. Foul down low. Chasing the referee around. Jeremy trying to claim that foul. But it is called on Lewis. Lewis has 1 foul. Susashin has 2 fouls. Overall, the Kings don't have anyone besides Austin Day in any foul trouble. Well, we're talking about the Jare's outside shooting. His nickname is Hsinchu's KD for Kevin Durant. Being that he's so long-limbed, he has the height. As Holyfield, good 2-for-2 trip. Well, historically, Lee Jare's been just a little below average 3-point shooting wise as Joe goes on the roll. Lewis, a nice hand, flip steal as missing it just barely. Susashin on the run. Decent offensive possession for the Kings results in nothing. Couple of point guards in for the Lioneers, Joker and Tim Hall. Handoff play, Evan from plus range, probably got away with a travel there, taking with physicality. And eventually a blocking foul, that's kind of hard to believe. It almost looks like Jeremy fell down and then was called for the blocking foul. If you would have called a foul, it would have been about there with the physicality, because as soon as Evan stepped into a cylinder, you would think it'd be an offensive foul.
那么国王队请求暂停。
Jeremy might have to get back to the crew chief Lioneers after this timeout by the Kings. Maybe get a little bit more regroup, maybe cool off from the, let's say, interesting call out on the floor. Let's also see if we can listen into the timeout.
Okay, so switch everything between 1 and 4. Okay, let's go.
Mostly to the Lioneers, relatively low scoring of just 30 points so far in the contest. Kings above their par for halftime scoring at 51, but this is an interesting stat. Their scoring splits between the Lioneers home here in Hsinchu and the Kings home in Xinzhuang. In Xinzhuang, the matchup, 96.2 points per game, which is crazy considering there's a 79.1 team effort back in week 15. But here in Hsinchu, the scoring between these two teams only 85.8. And only one game where 1 out of the 4 games, if you count 2, right? 2 teams, 2 games, 4 games. Only one time has a team scored above 90. So we're kind of on the high side of things scoring-wise. Evan going 1 for 2 after the timeout. That's kind of in line with the scoring environments of the two stadiums. Xinzhuang 101.8 points to Hsinchu's 88.8 points. So almost a 13-point difference in average scoring this season, and sample size is not exactly small. Joseph Chen missing 1, and Lewis picking up his teammate, but blowing it from close. I don't know if we can credit the defense for hanging in there. Well, the difference right now at 20. Down to Evan. 1 dribble power move, then contest, a whistle comes. I think it was on that initial shot, but it came maybe a beat late. Although Lewis called for the foul. Lewis only in his 4th game here in season 4, having been signed mid-season. The Kings were really looking for a little bit more experience, a little bit more bulk down there. So far averaging 22 minutes played, I should say. 13 points, almost 6 rebounds per game. Evan getting a little bit of rhythm himself, now has 3 all coming at the line. Jeremy with a little bit of room, but over to Yang Qingmi. He lets it go, and short. A real good chance, 2 seconds left. Joker, oh, so close. So the Lioneers developed just the slightest bit of momentum with about a minute left, but end up only going on a 3-point run thanks to Evan Lee Jabare's free throws. They find themselves down big, heading into the locker rooms. Halftime analysis after the following messages for you, the good viewers.
游戏要玩游戏了，赶快哦，来。哎，刚刚会楼的那个小女生啊，是哪一个？哦，是她啊。会楼还有一位啊，会楼还有一位朋友。好，来，那我们呢？等一下，我们先跟大朋友讲游戏规则。你们上去投篮，然后呢，你投得到篮吗？你投得到篮吗？那你们要投篮，然后你们要听我的说的话，要拼出什么就拿一个板子上来摆，好不好？波喷们会吗？会不会波喷吗？
会。
会不会波喷吗？
会。
哦，你不太会，我知道。那妹妹会不会波喷吗？好，那这样子好了，穿球衣的这看起来比较聪明，来，你们当第一组，好不好？等一下呢，你们要拼狮子，好不好？来，我们请他先到旁边等。好，一个投进就要拿出来狮子，这样子好不好？好，一次一个字，然后符号也是一个字，上篮就可以了。来，预备
1, 2, ready, go!
好，篮下继续投，投进再回
We're
来。
inside
好，你们
Hsinchu
来
County Stadium on the Lioneers playing on a back-to-back here in week 24. The Kings having played on Friday down in Taipei. Two teams battling it out in the lower seeds of our current playoff picture, if it would begin, shall we say, tonight. Shen and Mark Kyung on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen, your English commentator, as always. Looking over at the first half of the game so far, one thing that's really noticeable is the Kings are really transitioning that defensive rebounding and turnovers into a lot more energy on the fast break side. They're being able to get more guys up, and they've not converted at a very excellent rate, but have certainly done enough to lead this game. There's the combined team statistics where that third line down, three-point shooting, Kings 7 for 18. Meanwhile, Lioneers 2 for 18. Not boding well for the home Lioneers. Really found a lot in their three-point shooting to create spacing for the deadly pick and roll of Ifibra and their bigs, or previously Oscar with their bigs. Now getting a second start in a row. He's just 5 points away from a career 400 points. Having played in the Plus League now, this is his 4th season, but on the other side, you saw the scoring abilities so far of Joseph and Jeremy in terms of years in the Plus League in that order. The Lioneers clearly are trying to feed Michael Holyfield when he's in there, and that's come with limited effect. Holyfield is so far a perfect 3 for 3 at the line, but Lioneers have also had a number of turnovers trying to feed him the basketball. Oh, the Lioneers have gone on the fast break. They've also seen success. There you see Jamarcus after the pick, going coast to coast on Li Kaiyin. Leading scores for the Kings starts with Jeremy's 11 points, followed by Joseph's 10. Yang Jimin getting the start with 8 points. Li Kaiyin and Jyoza both coming off the bench with 4 apiece. I think might be the first time we've seen 5 locals on the screen. Oh, I forgot. The Steelers have played a game with only local. That was a couple of weeks ago in their loss against the Braves. Meanwhile, on the Lioneers side of things, Michael Holyfield's 9. Jin Hall getting the start with 5, and Davis coming off the bench with 5. Hsinchu, 3-pointer made, and Lee Jae all 3 points coming off the free throw line. So the Lioneers certainly looking for a big reverse of fortunes in the second half. We'll go to break and a marketing message after this.
拿到2升就赢了，还没换你啦，不算。好，换你拿白球衣的拿才对。好，停。好，44秒，来。哎，你剩1个人哦，你的伙伴不见了。好，你伙伴不见，那你跟他好了，好，再一次，好不好？来，准备喽。来，你们拼比较简单的，帽子，来，预备
1, 2, ready, go!
Shopping for labels,
小朋友成长只有一次，也请呢现场的朋友给这位小朋友最热情的掌声，加油！好，帽子哦，帽子。帽子。么奥帽。帽子字在哪里？然后青灯，好停。帽还有一球，帽要4升，对不起，我忘了。好停，1分钟还，谢谢。然后我们场中央颁奖。参加的也有参加奖。好，来往前，然后我们跟呢安口跟瑞迪做一个合照。
Hello， 大家好，欢迎来到 DV 狮子列车主题周。这周末工程师主场迎来一台神秘列车，赶快带你们来看一下。那这有，这要加起，另外加起，1人1张。除了可以到车上玩拍贴机，还可以自己选择照片背景哦。欢迎来工程师主场，一起搭上狮子列车吧！
Just about a minute away from the start of the second half, where if you're just joining us, the new Taipei Kings are leading this one by a wide margin over the home Hsinchu Toplus Lioneers. One of the notable absences from the leading scorers for the Lioneer side, of course, is Mike Ifribra, who leads them with points at 23 per game, which is third in the current Plus League individual leaderboards. And of course, perhaps one or two names might be removed because of not enough games played to qualify. But so far on this matchup, number 24 Ifribra held to just 2 points on 1 of 9 shooting and no free throw attempts.
Let's go, fellas. Down. Let's go.
He has had a game where he went only 1 for 15. Lioneers lost on the road to the Dreamers, so don't expect that, because that is the only game on his season here with the Lioneers that he scored below double digits. For those of you who need a little hint, double digits is 10 or more. That's how you get to double digits. Kenny Manigault, Wendell Lewis, practicing their footwork before we get going. Looks like the Kings will be putting out the same starting 5. Joseph Lin at point, Yang Jiming at shooting guard, Manigault at small forward, Su Sishen at power forward, Wendell Lewis jumping center. And on the Lioneer side, they're going to be making an adjustment to bring in number 1 Hsinchu, who had a 3-pointer made, along with Davis in the starting lineup, along with Joker. So a lot of changes for the Lioneers. Joseph Lin looking for an outlet. Now Yang Jiming will pull up to the left corner. No. Icing the ball screen. So Ifribra double teamed, leaving Hsinchu wide open off the mark. You see that trajectory from the release. Space nice and wide. Lewis screens for Joe, slipping it, not taking the shot, instead of kicking it, as James will get to the right corner and miss. So one each side for the Kings. Looks like the left side, right side basket incongruencies playing out at Hsinchu. Manigault jumps Hsinchu for a foul. Looks Kenny Manigault will continue to one-on-one Fibra as he airballs that three. One of our camera assistants saving it from hitting our equipment here on the baseline. No score yet, 1.5 minutes into the second half. Double ball screen for Yang Qingming as Joe's looking for a spot on the perimeter. Handoff game, Yang Qingming this time, nothing but net. Yang Qingming in the Friday game, 8 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, which is a team high. Ball gets away. It's the Kings on the run. Joe getting off the glass. Getting it right ahead of the contest, the would-be shot blocking. Joseph Lin, 16 points, 11 assists on Friday. His 4th 10-plus assist game. Big arc and big rebound for the Lioneers. As Lu Guanxun from the free throw area. Lu Guanxun's first score of the evening. Big space. Yang Qingming though passing it out as Manigault lost it first and stuffing it in. Might have been partially blocked there. Doesn't matter. Kenny Manigault 2 more points. 5 in total on his evening. But the intended target almost jumped the pass. Now he gets the shot off. And no good. Effort played by the Lioneers. Joker hits it. Anything that you can get really will help for the Lioneers. Ball poked out of bounds. Xiaohei. Good hands there. See if they can get rematched up to a different matchup. No, it's going to be the Fibra now on Yang Qingming. Joe to Su Sishen, who was running in after the ball, but a little too much velocity or bad hands. Should not be a turnover there. Davis, he's got an open look and leaves it short. The three-point shooting woes. Still looking for a reversal. Putting it on target and out of bounds. It will go for the Lioneers. No, corrected. Zheng had a 3, but so far, boys in black, or shall we say it, charcoal gray. 1 for 6 from the perimeter on the quarter. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Wide open, Manigault will cut it in, hammer to Yang Qingming as not satisfied as Joseph Lin, side stepper, got it. Good patient offense by the Kings there. Backdoor and off the backboard. Nice feed by Fibra there. An intercepted pass, too casual there by the Kings. Early 3, again an air ball as Yang Qingming hangs on to the rebound. Still a 20-point margin. No subs yet. As we're approaching TV timeout territory. Yang Qingming too easy into the pull-up jumper, but missed. Where the Lioneers use the Delta Energy. Zheng having made one, can't hit another. Joe, a little reverse pivot into a missed shot as Lewis blocked by Davis. If Fibra coming away with it, now it's turning into 3-on-2. Fly, fouled along low. Little team huddle coming up for the Kings, but they're going to be headed toward the bench. TV timeout coming up. It's still Kings ball game here on the road.
好，那在这一次呢，我们狮子列车的主题周当中，我们在3楼呢也开放了一个宴士包厢。我们现在来听听看呢，在3楼宴士包厢的这些朋友们有什么话要跟工程师说的。好，
国王队放手一搏，工程师加油！
好，这个算是一个公关说法，两边不得罪。
新北国王有7宗罪。
好好活下去，每天老师的打击，工程师加油！
好，谢谢。
2 Tuesdays from now, we're back here for Braves versus Lioneers. And return to Plus League midweek basketball. That's going to be the last game of April for April 30th at 7 p.m. Is that correct? That will be the last game of April because the next day, May 1st, is the Lioneers Wednesday 5 p.m. game. So a 7 p.m. game at home for the Lioneers, followed by a 5 p.m. game at home. Now you might say, that seems to be a little bit unfair. Well, the teams do confirm their home schedules, as claimed by Hsinchu, getting pushed up to starting the second half on the season. Hsinchu averaging about 9 minutes played, only 1.6 points, 1.9 rebounds, going 0 for 2. There's a three-point shooting by percentage, 44 to 11. Hook pass by Manigal. Joe blocked by Davis. Playing between the ball handler and the big Lewis as missed by Joker and a wild putback attempt by Fly. Numbers for the Kings. Missing and Lewis picking up a teammate there. Lewis now with 4 points to his name. Definitely one of young Jimmy you would expect to hit. Nobody getting Chen, so on a hurried closeout, he'll miss from mid-range. Hsinchu beating his man to the rebound again. How about on the jumper? This time, Butter. Slip pass, Lewis to Manigal with momentum, blocked. As the Lioneers will come away with it. Somehow bouncing off somebody's limb to stay in bounds. I don't know if we could quite count it as a run, but the Lioneers a score and now a stop. Need to start stringing things together. Davis switching the screen as Chen to Zimbo Yu from the block will roll out. How unfortunate. The Kings with a little bit of space. Jimmy from the block, flipping it down low. Sushi blocked by Davis again. I think it's fourth on the quarter. Kick out to Kenny Manigal, in and out. It's been a struggle, but the Lioneers still hanging in there. 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Awfully low scoring, only a combined 20 points between these two teams. Kicked out, Manigal read that one. Got Joe behind him in support, flipping it back as Joseph Lin, the natural lefty, halfway down but out. A little bit of a left basket curse going on. This one, Chen knocking it down. I don't know if the Kings should be that worried. The Lioneers Maybe 5% more energy in the building. Behind the back as Lewis flips it in. Good patience there by Joseph Lin to hit a teammate. Guanxuan has Davis down low, but couldn't deliver a pass. Afibra helping his teammate out. 4 bounces and finally falling. Everything coming very, very much the hard way. Back passes. Lewis will try the runner. Connecting from right around the free throw area. Wendell Lewis now 8.6 rebounds. I don't think I've ever seen him with that kind of a floater push shot. But he's proven he's got it. Quick double team against Afibra, back at him a bit. Dribbling left, right, Euroing left. Big block shot by Sushi as Kenny Manigault eliminating one with a dodgeball, and substitutions coming up. Subs for both teams. Austin Dayan and Jeremy and Kyle for the Kings. Holyfield, Zhongyuhao, and Tian Hao. Zhongyuhao blocked by Joe as Manigault will get the rebound. A little unfortunate bounce, but here come the Kings. Joe from deep, no good. Jeremy picking up his brother. An offensive rebound, spaced out. Lee Kai and turn it, and missing as Manigault blocked by Holyfield. Now it's Austin Day who's using those long limbs for the score. +1 rebound, +2 in the points department. Ball getting away. They let the contact go as 2-on-1. Day will get the foul and count it. So just like the Lioneers had a little bit of a 5-point run, it's the Kings' 5-point run themselves. Just enough of a body bump there. Unlucky, but giving up a steal out on the perimeter will result in those easy two-on-one opportunities. DeMarcus set to check in. Trying to fit his jersey back on for Afibra. It's going to be a Lioneer stretch with only Michael Holyfield and 4 locals. It's Jeremy who got a hand on it. I don't know if he'll hang on to it. It will be Lioneers ball after the missed free throw. Jay, skip past to Zhuri. How bad closeout by Jeremy there. Not to worry too much. Team's only 3 team fouls. Lioneers only 1 foul, but then I always wonder, maybe you guys need to play a little harder defense. Kings have not developed great rhythm, but certainly more than the Lioneers. A wild miss or a bad pass by Tian Hao. Holyfield could get 2 points for his squad. Little 5-out offense for the Kings. As a whistle comes, Lee Kai-yin had a little bit of a seam. Looks like Jamarcus called. 3rd personal. Venti will join the action. He's going to be the inbounder. Day on the catch and shoot. So close. Good interception by Manigault there. Start a 4-on-3 as the ball gets away. It's good hands by the Lioneers. Combined effort. Holyfield is held, and not taking it lightly was Manigault. Fans in the building letting the referees and Manigault hear about it. 4th team foul by the Kings. Got set up for a baseline out of bounds, though. Hall is hanging out in the backcourt. Well, the referees will go to the monitor. Maybe reassess if it will be a upgraded foul or not. Get another look. Holyfield certainly wasn't playing exactly botting as clean as he could. But here you see the Kenny Manigault with both hands. Probably get away with one hand, but with two hands you put yourself in a little bit of danger. It's going to be just a common foul. And like I mentioned, it's going to be baseline out of bounds for the Lioneers. A little bit of a pause for both teams. Kings second to come out of the huddle. On the season, Holyfield only a 48% free throw shooter. So far in the game, though, 3 for 3. And so much for that. Ball out of bounds on the pass. Trying to get an angle on Jeremy, who's holding him off, maneuvering right into space. Backdoor Lee Kai-in kicks it to Manigault. No, as Austin Day in the perfect spot. Manigault looks like took a hit to the head, but no stoppage for him. Got a couple possessions left and a foul, Junior Hall on Venti. Hopefully Manigault's all right. Maybe he took a shot to the eyes. Lee Kai-in, and now Jeremy tending to him. Look at what was going on there. Manigault reacted pretty much immediately on the contact there. I don't know if got hit by a hand or getting caught by something there. Thankfully, a walk-off on his own power. Now, you might ask, why would you say that? His legs weren't weren't hurt in the play, but if you get hit in the eyes or in the face, there's also a chance you might get disorientated to, hopefully we would avoid it, but possible concussion. And then if it's severe, you'd have trouble having your equilibrium when you stand. As Junior Hall goes only 1 for 2 at the line. Last possession, Jeremy pump faking into the mid-range, over to Day, 3 seconds left, he knocks it down. That can 3 brings it to 75-48. As the Kings continue to build this lead. They want to climb to 3rd place where the Lioneers currently sit. We'll head to the 4th and final frame of this one.
来 ，Go Go Go， 一起来！有站起来的，先上球鞋。
还有哪里？要球鞋的在哪里？工程师。会荣的在哪里？都给我加油起来！都给我站起来！接着，还有没有？再来！啊，东区了，东区要球鞋吗？快走！
야 내가 많은 사람한테 까먹었지
啊，南山区也是困起来哦，来，接着，再来，啊，南区的，都给我加油起来，快走！
Plusly 球迷 Oh My Basketball 是我本人在 Ivy Bar 学院 Bar 教你篮球的英文术语，欢迎大家加点资讯栏的连接一起学习。That third quarter was 24 for the Kings, just 15 for the Lioneers. They have not had a quarter so far in the game scoring in the 20s yet. It's been a big-time struggle. Oscar Gogolhal, their star point guard, out for a little bit with an ankle injury. Kings still with some of their front guys in. They hit a three to end the third quarter thanks to a Jeremy assist. Joined by JJ, Venti, and Kyle out there, dropping it off, kicking it out. Open look, Austin Day, perfect. Lioneers defense there forced him to scramble. The Fibra back in after he kind of had the last couple minutes with only Holyfield. He's got the big lob, finishing over Day. Holyfield yesterday against the Pilots with a DNP for the fourth quarter. Jeremy, big three, lets it go, but up into the two-point range. Cash with that jumper. A 30-point game. Jump Warrior backing it out as Holyfield had to reset his 3-second count. If Reba hit from the side. Can't get it, but free throws coming up. Micah Friba, 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. So as mentioned, the Lioneers do need his scoring. Downing the first free throw brings him to 5 points. Only 2 of 14. His first chance at the line today. The Kings going very small. Ryan not tall enough to get that one or jump high enough. Hao tries to go with the Elgin Baylor layup. Big spacing for the Kings. JJ left corner. No. Guanshan vacates, so that might have been an okay pick. The FIBA picks up his dribble, in some trouble. Back pass, you can see that one coming into a Kings defender's hands. Kyle, that one's going to be a goaltend. There's just so much spacing out there for the Kings. This formation really working. Of course, the biggest key, need to deny Holyfield easy passes, needs to stay in front of Ifibra. Lioneers aren't that big either. Ifibra and Zhuhao both small forwards at their biggest. A zone look, as that one is going to turn into a Ifibra putback. Jeremy was trying to hold off Holyfield and left the lane for number 24 to jump in there. Less than 15% from beyond the arc. Jeremy shows him how it's done, leaving it short. Running chance for the Lioneers. Zhuhao. No, and Holyfield ball on the deck. Looks like he's out of bounds. A little unlucky there. Definitely a very mum crowd right now in this building. Tank is already in the game for day, and the Kings right now with 5 non-imports out there. Ian can't beat his man. Did get a step. Evans in. Lioneers have the Kings in the scramble as Joker from close. Got it to go, and number 7's got 5 points on the game. Jeremy wide open, but he will miss. He foul on the rebound. Jeremy's turn to guard Ifibra as Holyfield trying to go off the window. Tank kind of rolling that screen, getting back in action as ball getting away. Still a lot of time. Lee Cayenne's got to open 3 look and misses it badly. Ball getting away, and the Kings have a takeaway. 3-on-2. Modern fast break as JJ, another miss. He's not had a good evening shooting the ball. Lee Cayenne on the lob from Jeremy will collect and reverse it. JJ has 4 points, 2 at the line, and 2 from 2. Chen jumped into. There you see the lob over Lee Jiarei's outstretched arms. The Kings have designed lobs for Kyle before. That one just a pinpoint pass by Jeremy. Didn't feel it. Lu Guanxuan will try to make an adjustment. So far on his evening, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Missing another one. The lowest plus minus right now for the Lioneers. Looking at it is the guy who's got the most minutes in the Ifibra. So can't really fault him for not at least getting out there and fighting. Announced attendance, 6,203, but looking for something to cheer for. Joseph Lynn's back in. Number 3, Tadjunan's in for the first time. He's got an open look. And that one's good. Calling the third-year Tadjunan to calm things down for the Kings. Jianhao screen for by Davis as Lu Guanxun will miss it from close. JJ with the board. Zhenjun has been going away from the leg sleeves, opting for the lower, shorter compression shorts. Trying to get used to that as hit from behind and out of bounds. You can hear what Joseph thought about that play. I would have to disagree. The ball definitely did not go up. It went down. Now, I'm not saying he did get hit in the hands. Jianhao, he'll try a runner, and he'll try a push shot on the offensive rebound. There's a foul. Maybe a little bit more out of frustration. Thankfully, Tank didn't land right on him. First Lioneers foul of the fourth quarter. I guess Jianhao needs to work on his tip-ins. Also, thankfully, their legs didn't get tangled up to an injury. Hate to see that. So perhaps the Kings working some of their guys into better health as Jianhao jumps the pass. Using the left hand, sticking the tongue out. Getting it back into some scoring flow. But the Kings playing so much of this fourth quarter without Kenny Manigault or Wendell Lewis. They started with Austin Day as, again, passing turnover and another Jianhao layup. Joseph and Tank not on the same page. Definitely some frustration going on at the King side of things. A lot of guys going over to maybe comfort Tank, maybe to give some instruction, but we'll take a break.
也谢谢牧师女孩为我们带来精彩表演。
One last Muse Girls performance. So what I was getting to is that the Kings perhaps are letting some of their guys work their way back to health. And we see, we also could probably tell that Joseph was not so happy about a couple of Kings turnovers. He'll stay in, Tank will head off. Or perhaps letting Wendell Lewis, Austin Day, Kenny Manigault take an extended break in the game and also reduce their minutes. Lucky pass gets all the way to Ling Jingbang and not into the Lioneers' hand as he'll get called for an offensive foul. Let's see it from this angle, Ling Jingbang. Tangled up there. I would imagine he would prefer to get called for a travel there. 4 Kings fouls to 1 by the Lioneers. Jianhao missing. Davis the first and the second, no good. And lucky for the Kings, it's going to be heading the other way. Tianhao and Davis there trying to get the ball back. Joseph Lin trying it from deep. That is missed. Jeremy back in, a little give and go with centering that. Close miss by Jeremy. One thing that's interesting about this matchup, at least on one side, is the Jiawei finishing over Jeremy there. The Kings previously had their worst three-point shooting splits against the 5 teams against these Lioneers. Only 23% in their head-to-heads, which brings their shooting average to 33% previously, or 38%, I should say. I should say their team average is 33% from beyond the arc. Offensive rating of only 98.9. That's certainly not been the case tonight. Sydney had a big lead, a nice slip pass, but Ling Jingbang spinning to the other way and flipping it in. Up close, a Jeremy rebound, and Fibra matching up right away as nice slip pass. Wendell Lewis, the lucky recipient, or working hard, you could say, running his lane. Lioneers call timeout, 3.5 to go in this one. There you see him referring to Li Jiarui reaching back, but in a margin like this, I don't know if you're going to quite get that one. If you can consider a 4-2 run, the Lioneers calling another timeout here in the fourth quarter. The only King to not make it on the floor right now is number 72, Ling Liren. Everyone else has had a little bit of a run. Meanwhile, for the Lioneers, number 2, Jiang Guangqian, and number 5, Song Yuxuan, waiting for their chance. The game by a big margin. Ling Jingbang, a defensive specialist, originally out of the Puyuan organization. As Evan can't finish over Jeremy. Ball going his way and a foul first. Could be free throws coming up. Jiarui got the start on the game, but it's another one of those What do they call it in baseball? One of those setup relievers that only pitches an inning. Backdoor, Hsinchu net, smartly dribbling out of it. ERA is 14th, now 15th start, but on the season only averages about 13 minutes played. And Hall will chase after that board. Almost out of the reach of Xiaohei. Size advantage, but Davis misses the first and the second and the third. Get it on the fourth. Don't think the Kings mind that one too much. I guess we'll have to write an addendum in the box score afterwards. There's PLEAGUE. Dribble three, close, but no cigar. Just over 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Should the results hold, the Kings will move to 17 wins, 15 losses on their season. Davis can't score over 2, and it's not been easy. He has playing on a back-to-back. The Lioneers, though, will move to 16 and 15. A little bit too tall. Jeremy scores over Tianhao, but might have took one in the between the legs region. Sure, the referees will give him a sec to walk it off. Definitely anticipate a score coming, but the big hand swipe, definitely an apology incoming. Number 7 stepping up to the line with 15 points. Ken Hall is second personal. Looks like Jeremy's had that happen before. Free throw good too. Coach Mitrovic gonna bring in some new guards into this one. So Jeremy only 4 points in the second half, now 5 points with that free throw. Nothing crazy, but he does lead the Kings in scoring with 16. Viva guarded by Hsinchu as Jeremy helps. Now on the pull-up, Jamarcus buries it. Just cosmetics on this one now. Looking ahead, the Lioneers next play next Saturday in Taizong versus the Dreamers. Meanwhile, the Kings are home next weekend, hosting the Braves and the Pilots. A little pass and crash by Jamarcus. The referees let that one go. Still not on rhythm, Fibra. And to Sushin, and he misses the runner. Has not exactly been his bread and butter as much as he's tried this year. Marcus initiating that contact. He'll get Lioneers up to 70. Boys in black have only Michael Holyfield in double-digit scoring. Time doesn't expire. It's going to turn into Lioneers 2-on-2. Nice feed by Ifibra to Evan, and that should just about do it. The Lioneers imports each grab 10 rebounds. They almost reached 60, but that's only on the rebounding front as the Kings do a good job defending them. The fourth quarter, 20 points for the Lioneers, the only time they get to 20 in any of these quarters. Meanwhile, the Kings held under 20 points in the fourth. If you want a little bit of a silver lining, the Lioneers after yesterday's loss, now have lost twice on the homestand. We'll be wrapping this game up after the break. Thank you for tuning in. We'll get a last word in from Hsinchu County Stadium.
那是一个相当艰难的考验，也是呢我们新竹玉体工程师能否呢晋级呢季后赛相当重要的关键。所以呢也请了4月30、5月1号，那工程师记得呢到场呢力挺工程师，谢谢大家。那请我们汇龙科技的同仁留在我们现场稍候一下。 问一下，占了4月30号、5月1号、5月4号、5月5号那个礼拜4天都会来的在哪里？我这361手写，真的假的？真的假的？等一下接到这个球，那4天没来的话。
Final word here from Hsinchu County Stadium, home of the Lioneers on their 狮子列车 themed weekend. They took 2 losses and will now head on the road to a game in Taichung next Saturday against the Dreamers, as customary at the 2:30 afternoon slot. Meanwhile, the Kings, they'll be headed home, if you could say so, for a home weekend starting with a matchup against the Braves, who desperately need to string together wins to get into this playoff picture. So with this result, the Kings will move into 3rd, Lioneers into 4th place. Zhang Longxuan and Tian Wongkei on the Mandarin broadcast. Certainly the theme of the game was pretty straightforward. The Kings were running, the Kings were spacing, hitting more threes, and creating a little bit more stress on the Lioneers defense, who they themselves very much felt rushed on the offensive end without getting to their rhythm and not having it so easy passing to their 2 bigs. So on behalf of the 6 teams in the Plus League, our sponsors and our league operations, thank you for watching. I've been Ryan Chen, and we'll see you in the next one.